as the beast falls, the woman from earlier kind of steps out, holding her naginata in her hand. Thank you. She stands in, she's dressed in very elaborate, fanciful garb, not really warrior stuff, and she has the earrings, the, elaborate makeup. She, seems to be a capital warrior, alright. She kind of stands. Greetings, I am Mayan. Who are you all?
I'm Sho, Junior.
Yoshihara no Junior.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I'm Buru. Very nice to meet you. Sorry, I, kind of started that. I didn't. Yeah, sorry.
No, please, it's fine. We dealt with it, and we all got out alive, which is, quite honestly, all I could have asked for. However, if you must excuse me, I need to be going now, or... She kind of looks again. Are you reinforcements?
In a manner of speaking, yeah. How many others did you come with?
We came with as much of the armed guards as we could. The military itself still isn't here, so we're a bit under-equipped. However, she does kind of look amongst you. You all seem far and above more competent than the rest of the guards we have on display. She kind of turns and, unfortunately, I was separated from the group. This thing. She kind of kicks at the paper on the ground, and she looks back up. I don't know where the others have gone. However, I think they're still heading to the center. That's where the Squid God's forces are going.
Can you point us in a direction?
I'm not quite sure where it would be. I think I came from around this direction, so I believe if we were to head that way, we'd be able to find our way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sho reaches down and starts chopping up the paper creature and just taking as much of it as possible.
She begins to move as well, joining into the ranks, and as that happens, however, you all hear a rustling in a nearby tree, up here, actually. As the beast has finally been slayed, you notice a bunch of bright, almost spectral forms forming from this tree and wiggling rapidly, as they all just kind of like, they kind of like split off and start running off in different directions, back to other trees and stuff like that.
Oh, the little baby boys!
What are those?
What are you?
You would know these as Kodama, Junior.
I've never seen so many Kodama in one place!
One bumps into you and then kind of sinks into the ground slightly and looks up at you. Oh, he's,
Junior bends down and kind of puts a hand on the ground so this thing can step up if it wants to.
It does kind of step up and, like, plant itself on your hand. The rest of them seem to sit in the tree and look down.
Hello, little fellow. What's your name?
It seems incredibly nervous of you.
Shh. I'm very gentle. It's alright.
Buru, like, slowly reaches over to Junya and, like, pats him on the shoulder. The best way to someone's heart's through their stomach, and offers, like, something from a bento box.
It kind of grabs it, takes a bite, then looks up. Thank you.
Oh, it talks.
Yeah, this...
It talks like a man.
This... Yeah, it looks up. What do you do in the forest?
Well, we're actually looking for the people that have been causing trouble in your forest. There should be 7 of them.
It thinks, nope, never seen them.
Really? That's disappointing, but...
I know who does. I know a place. I know who can see them.
Really?
Come on. This one... Here, I'm going to give you control of this, Junior. Take your baby.
Yeah, take your man.
The rest of them wave him off as this one kind of, like, lands on Junior's shoulder. And actually, no, it's going to sit right on top of the parasol.
Aw.
Go, let's go. Yokai Village.
Yokai Village!
Oh, boy.
This feels like a trap.
Buru leans over to Hideo. Yeah, you and I keep our eyes out, okay?
God knows nobody else will.
Hideo, can you honestly tell me You suspect schemes and foul play from this little face. he kind of leans the parasol down so that it's like as close to Hideo as possible.
Maybe if there was just one.
I'd like to try to see it come at one of us. Like, how big of a knife could it hold?
Oh, I'm not totally worried about these guys, but they're taking us to a village.
Fair, I'm not quite sure if the path I was taking was the correct one. Maybe it'd be wise to follow them.
Yeah.
We have but this one chance to visit a yokai village within the Forbidden Woods. You should be jumping for joy.
I understand
Show hops.
I understand your excitement. All that I'm saying is I think it might be wise to still keep our wits about us, just in case. Nothing against these guys, it's just there's a lot going on. Not to mention, these yokai are probably pretty jumpy with mortals right now.
Oh, I suppose they did err in their judgment earlier. Well, I say we give them this chance to let bygones be bygones. But I will keep exactly one eye out per your request.
Same number as Buru.
Yeah, you can cover my right. Or my left, actually.
So, because it's sitting on the parasol, Junior doesn't see this. This one starts pointing to go that way.
June?
Yes.
Motions with head.
As Junya is moving, Buru just lightly grabs him and spins him so he doesn't lose a beat and keeps going that way.
Stumbling through the cold, the group moves. The old man suddenly stops. One of his hands twitches and falls to his side. He raises it up again. A weight has been lifted from it. Stop! The column does, and Mr. Gray turns. What is it? Well, I'm afraid that the other one has been cut as well. Mr. Gray kind of stops, and just kind of is flabbergasted at this. The mercenary kind of looks smug. As I told you, just a little bit too weak to actually do anything useful. Mr. Gray just, slaps him in the back of the head. Ah! And, kind of moves up. Alright. Well then, how did they manage to get past? I thought you said they were rather wounded from... Wait. No, it's the others, isn't it? Yes, I'm afraid so. Those 4 outcasts have finally made their way into the forest. Jellyfish Swordsman looks kind of curious at this. And who might those be? The Mr. Gray kind of looks at the Jellyfish Swordsman a little bit and just, looks back at, the old man and gives him a very stern look. They've been causing us trouble for a while now. Real pain in the ass, if you ask me. He kind of turns his back again. Doesn't matter. But, He kind of turns back. The greenery just behind them, only a few paces behind the winter that they just really stepped into. And meanwhile, from the back, the red Oni Atsuka kind of moves up. Well, alright. If the old man's paper won't cut it, looks like it's our job. And the other one speaks up. Yes, finally, more meat. She starts moving back, and then Mr. Gray kind of stumbles. Whoa. Hang on a second. Huh? No, we're not doing it like that. What do you mean it's your turn? He kind of turns, to the group. Alright, quite simple. He points at the old man, and then the Jellyfish Swordsman. You two, you come with me. We're gonna break the barrier. You're basically useless now without your puppets. So, he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a fucking gun, and hands it to the old man. He then drops some ammunition for it. Oh, goodness, well, I'm not so sure about using this. I think this will just knock me flat over. Better than nothing. And, then he turns to the others. You two aren't going alone. Those outcasts have killed 2 arms. What do you two think you have a chance of if an arm can't beat it? He, knocks the mercenary on the side and, you go too. What? No! He kind of just stares. Fine, fine! God damn it, money ain't worth working with these shitheads. And then Inkspot wordlessly also follows along. Why'd I get stuck with the weirdos? They begin stepping off as this 4 procession begin moving back, and they all head off. And the Jellyfish Swordsman kind of looks ahead at Mr. Gray, and then kind of looks a bit suspicious. Mr. Gray, having seen these offhand glances back and forth throughout the majority of their travels, like, what? What is it? What has you so fucked up about me? My apologies if I'm staring, but I'm just rather curious. If you really wanted to end them, why not we all go as a group? We're not here to fight, swordsman. We need you to cut that barrier open, and the old man here is useless now. So that's why we gotta get going. You could lead by example, and I could break the barrier. Sorry, swordsman, I don't think I trust you that much. Let's go. He starts stumbling off, and as he does, so too does the swordsman and the old man. As they travel together, Origashi speaks up. Sorry for him, he's rather crude, at least for all the time I've known him. Go back? Oh, not at all, not with that man. I've just been working for this group for rather a while now. He kind of looks at him and just kind of, And why exactly didn't you mobilize everyone? Do you know? I'm curious. Well, for 2 reasons. One, all the rest of the arms are rather spread out. All he had were the finest of the crop otherwise, and just you 2. Besides, I think 2 arms should be more than enough for this. He steps forward and begins moving on. And as they step, the Jellyfish Swordsman just kind of finds himself moving. And the old man stops for a moment. Mr. Gray moves a bit more steps until he kind of like stops and realizes they aren't following. What? Nothing. The Jellyfish Swordsman finds himself kind of staring at just a loose icicle hanging off of the tree over here. He thinks for a moment about what he's doing, what's going on, and regardless, he resolves himself to keep stepping forward. The old man staring at him as well. Swordsman, I will say, I appreciate you being here. The others are rather rowdy, and so much poor company for so long makes you miss having respectable gentlemen such as yourself. He just kind of like nods his head slightly. And then, as they stumble on, they leave, heading out and bringing themselves closer to the center of the forest, where the object they're looking for lies.